Have you ever found yourself lying awake at 2 a.m., staring at the ceiling, wondering why sleep just won't come? Or maybe you doze off easily, only to wake up a few hours later, feeling like you barely slept at all. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. So many of us over 65 struggle with sleep, and it can leave us feeling exhausted, foggy, and just not ourselves during the day. But here's the good news. It doesn't have to be this way. In fact, your best sleep could still be ahead of you, naturally. No expensive pills, no complicated routines, just a few simple, science-backed fixes that work with your body, not against it. Today, I want to share with you 4 natural ways to transform your sleep after 65. We'll cover the first 2 in the first part, and trust me, by the time we're done, you'll feel hopeful, maybe even excited, to try them tonight. Now, before we dive in, let's talk about why sleep changes as we age. It's not just getting older, it's about shifts in our circadian rhythm, hormones like melatonin, and even lifestyle habits that sneak up on us over the years. The key is working with these changes, not fighting them. So let's start with the first natural fix, one you might not expect. Natural fix number 1, let there be the right light. Picture this. It's early evening, and you're curled up on the couch watching your favorite show. The lamps are on, the TV's glowing, and your tablet's in your lap. Sounds cozy, right? But here's the problem. All that artificial light is tricking your brain into thinking it's still daytime, making it harder to wind down when you finally turn in for the night. As we age, our eyes become less efficient at filtering out blue light, the kind emitted by screens and energy-efficient bulbs. This suppresses melatonin, the hormone that tells your body it's time to sleep. But the fix is simpler than you might think. First, try this. About an hour before bed, switch to softer, warmer lighting. Swap bright overhead lights for a small table lamp with a low wattage bulb, or even better, use candles. Safely, of course. If you must use a screen, enable the night mode feature to reduce blue light. And here's a pro tip. Get plenty of natural sunlight during the day, especially in the morning. It helps reset your internal clock, making it easier to feel sleepy when nighttime rolls around. I know it might feel strange at first, like you're living in the olden days, but give it a week. You might be amazed at the difference it makes. Natural fix number 2, the power of a consistent routine. Now let's talk about routines. I know. Routine sounds boring, but hear me out. Your body loves predictability, especially after 65. Going to bed and waking up at the same time every day. Yes, even on weekends, trains your brain to expect sleep at certain hours. Think of it like this. If you ate lunch at noon every day for years, your stomach would start growling right at noon, wouldn't it? Sleep works the same way. But here's where many of us go wrong. We stay up late on Friday, sleep in on Saturday, and then wonder why we're wide awake at midnight on Sunday. Now, I'm not saying you need to be rigid. If you're out with family or friends, enjoy yourself. But aim for most nights to follow a similar rhythm. And here's a little secret. Waking up at the same time is even more important than going to bed at the same time. So set that alarm and resist the urge to hit snooze more than once. One more thing, wind down with a calming pre-bed ritual. Maybe it's a cup of caffeine-free tea, a few pages of a book, or gentle stretches. Whatever it is, make it a habit. Your brain will start associating those activities with sleep, making the transition smoother. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you tried adjusting your light exposure or sticking to a sleep schedule? Let me know in the comments. And if you're thinking, okay, but what about the times I still can't sleep? Don't worry. In the next part, we'll cover 2 more natural fixes, including a surprising trick for those middle-of-the-night wake-ups. I know some of you might be thinking, what about those nights when I still wake up at 3 a.m. and can't drift back off? Or maybe you've wondered, could what I'm eating or drinking be messing with my sleep? Well, today we're going to tackle those exact questions with 2 more natural fixes that can make a world of difference. These aren't just quick tips. They're gentle, lasting changes that work with your body's natural rhythms. So let's dive right in. Natural fix number 3, the hidden sleep saboteurs in your diet. Now, I'm not here to tell you to give up your favorite foods. Life's too short for that. But there are a few sneaky things in our diets that could be stealing our sleep without us even realizing it. And the best part? Fixing this doesn't mean deprivation, just a few smart tweaks. First, let's talk about caffeine. You probably already know coffee at bedtime is a bad idea, but here's what surprises many people. Caffeine can linger in your system for 6 to 8 hours. That means your afternoon cup of tea or even that piece of chocolate cake after dinner could still be affecting you at midnight. Try cutting off caffeine by 2 p.m. and see if it helps. Next up, alcohol. Now, I know a glass of wine in the evening might feel like it helps you relax, and sure, it can make you drowsy at first. But here's the catch. As your body processes that alcohol later in the night, it actually disrupts your deep sleep cycles. That's why you might fall asleep easily, but wake up groggy. If you enjoy a drink, try having it earlier, say, with dinner instead of right before bed. And here's one more sleep saboteur you might not expect. Heavy or spicy meals late at night. Your body works hard to digest that big dinner, and that can keep you tossing and turning. If you're prone to heartburn, it's even worse. Try having your largest meal at lunch and keeping supper light. Think soups, salads, or easily digestible proteins like fish or chicken. Now, on the flip side, some foods can actually help you sleep. A small snack with tryptophan, like a banana, a handful of nuts, or warm milk, can encourage melatonin production. Just keep it light so your stomach isn't working overtime while you're trying to rest. Natural fix number 4, calming the busy brain that keeps you awake. All right, let's talk about something so many of us struggle with. Those nights when your body's tired, but your mind just won't shut off. You're replaying conversations from 20 years ago, worrying about tomorrow's to-do list, or even stressing about why you can't sleep. It's frustrating, but there's a way to break the cycle. The key isn't to force yourself to stop thinking. That never works. Instead, we need gentle ways to quiet the mind. Here's what I recommend. First, try the 5-4-3-2-1 grounding technique. When you're lying awake, name 5 things you can see, even in the dark, maybe the shape of the dresser. 4 things you can touch, like the sheets or your pillow. 3 things you can hear, the hum of the fridge, a distant car. 2 things you can smell, laundry detergent, fresh air. And 1 thing you can taste, maybe the mint from your toothpaste. This simple exercise shifts your brain out of worry mode and into the present moment. Another powerful tool is progressive muscle relaxation. Starting at your toes, tense each muscle group for a few seconds, then release. Work your way up to your calves, thighs, hands, arms, shoulders, even your face. This tells your body it's safe to let go of tension, and often your mind follows suit. And if all else fails, get up. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but lying in bed frustrated trains your brain to associate the bedroom with wakefulness. If you've been awake for more than 20 minutes, go to another room and do something quiet and dull, no screens, until you feel sleepy again. Read a boring book by soft light, listen to calming music, or try slow, deep breathing. Then return to bed when your eyelids feel heavy. Now, I know change doesn't happen overnight, literally. Be patient with yourself. Try one of these fixes at a time, and remember, even small improvements add up. Maybe tonight, you'll focus on an earlier caffeine cutoff, or perhaps you'll experiment with the 5-4-3-2-1 method when your mind races. In our final part, we'll tackle the biggest questions I hear, like, what if pain keeps me awake? Or, how do I handle napping without ruining nighttime sleep? Plus, I'll share a bonus tip that's helped thousands of seniors sleep deeper. Until then, I'd love to hear which of these strategies worked for you. Leave a comment below. At this point, I know some of you still have questions like, what if pain keeps me awake? Or can I nap without ruining my sleep at night? In this part, we're going to tackle those final hurdles and put all the pieces together. Plus, I'll share one last bonus tip that's made a huge difference for me personally. So let's get started, because you deserve restful, rejuvenating sleep, and we're going to make sure you get it. Handling pain and discomfort at night. First, let's talk about pain. Whether it's arthritis, backaches, or just those stubborn aches that seem to flare up the moment you lie down. It's hard to sleep when your body is protesting, but there are ways to ease the discomfort naturally. One of the most effective strategies is gentle movement before bed. I'm not talking about a full workout. Just 5 to 10 minutes of slow stretching or yoga can loosen stiff joints and improve circulation. Focus on areas that bother you most. Maybe it's rolling your shoulders, stretching your legs, or doing some gentle neck rolls. The key is consistency. Doing it every night trains your body to relax when it's time for sleep. Another game changer? Your sleep position. If hip or back pain wakes you up, try placing a pillow between your knees, if you're a side sleeper, or under your thighs, if you sleep on your back. This takes pressure off your joints and keeps your spine aligned. And if you haven't checked your mattress in a while, it might be time. A too soft or too firm mattress can make pain worse. You don't need an expensive one, just one that supports you properly. Lastly, heat can be your best friend. A warm bath before bed or a heating pad on sore spots for 15 to 20 minutes can relax muscles and ease stiffness. Just don't fall asleep with the heating pad on. Safety first. The truth about napping: yes, you can nap without guilt. Now let's settle the great napping debate. Some people say napping ruins nighttime sleep, but that's only true if you're doing it wrong. The trick is to nap strategically. First, keep naps short, 20 to 30 minutes max. That's enough to recharge without slipping into deep sleep, which can leave you groggy and make it harder to sleep at night. Second, nap early in the day, ideally before 2 or 3 p.m. A late nap is like snacking before dinner. It takes the edge off your natural sleep drive. And here's a little secret. If you struggle with falling asleep at night, try not napping for a few days. You might feel more tired at first, but it can help reset your sleep cycle. Then once you're sleeping better at night, you can reintroduce short naps if you need them. The bonus tip: cool down for better sleep. All right, here's my favorite bonus tip, one that many people overlook. Did you know your body needs to cool down to sleep well? That's why you might toss and turn on a hot night. As we age, our temperature regulation isn't as sharp, so we need to give it a little help. Try this. Lower your bedroom temperature to around 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, 18 to 20 degrees Celsius, if possible. If you can't control the thermostat, use lighter blankets, wear breathable pajamas, cotton is great, or even try cooling your feet. Research shows warm bodies with cool feet fall asleep faster. A fan or open window can also help circulate air. And if you really want to supercharge this trick, take a warm bath 1 to 2 hours before bed. Sounds backward, right? But here's the science. When you step out of the warm water, your body temperature drops rapidly, and that drop signals your brain that it's time to sleep. Try it. It's like a natural sleeping pill. Now, I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. You don't have to do all of these at once. Start with 1 or 2 fixes that resonate most. Maybe it's adjusting your bedroom temperature or trying a short nap. Then, as those become habits, add another. And remember, progress isn't always a straight line. Some nights will be better than others, and that's okay. The goal isn't perfection, it's improvement. More restful nights, more energized days, and feeling like yourself again. Before we wrap up, I have a small favor to ask. If this video has helped you, even just a little, would you do 2 things for me? First, hit that like button and subscribe. It helps others find this video. Second, share it with a friend or family member who might be struggling with sleep too. You never know who might need these tips. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Which tip made the biggest difference for you? Do you have a sleep trick I didn't mention? Let's keep the conversation going, because when we share what works, we all sleep better. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for joining me on this journey to better sleep. Sweet dreams, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care of yourself and rest well.